Hi, I'm Gwen Preston, a resource maven. I'm here with Cooper Quinn of Osprey Gold. Cooper, it's been a little while since we've had a chance to sort of update. So just to set the stage, why don't you remind the audience who Osprey Gold is and what you're trying to accomplish, in general.
Yeah, can do. So we are Osprey Gold Development Limited. We trade on the TSX under OS and the OTCQB under OSSPF. Kind of a newer company, been around really since about January. So we're focused, kind of a resource stage exploration company focused in Atlantic Canada and right now primarily in Nova Scotia. So we have 5 historically producing gold assets in Nova Scotia. Goldenville, which includes the Mitchell Lake Zone, and Caribou, our newest acquisition, as well as Lower Seal Harbor, Miller Lake, and Gold Lake. So it's a kind of a portfolio of these historically producing gold assets within what we think is kind of one district with the roads in the region and stuff like that. And we're looking at advancing those through to through the steps.
Right, so Atlantic Canada, obviously that was the premise of setting up Osprey. Atlantic Canada has a really long history of gold production, for those who don't know. Certainly had decades of a lot of gold production that really cut back. There was a really quiet period. And now there's a resurgence. Now there's even talk of sort of a new gold rush in Atlantic Canada and in particular in Nova Scotia. A lot of activity out there. So how does that play into what Osprey is trying to do right now and like what might happen with the company going forward?
And I think that's one of the things when we were first starting to look at assets for Osprey, that was one of the things we looked at, is we looked at this history of gold production. And Nova Scotia was actually Canada's first gold rush in the 1860s. And so if we kind of zoom out and take a very high level look at the province, there's historic gold mines all over the province. And for me as a geologist, that means that these rocks are extensively mineralized. And so there's gold projects everywhere. So we can go in there not looking for gold, but knowing there's gold, and then trying to prove, okay, well, how much do we have? And so looking at this as a district play then, amalgamating several of these disparate deposits into one project because of the roads and access and infrastructure. And that's not entirely dissimilar to what Atlantic Gold has done with their sort of consolidated project recently, which congratulations to them, just poured their first gold last week, which is very exciting. And they've got several deposits in a row that they'll be mining in order, or in an order, through one consolidated mill site. And these might traditionally be smaller deposits for elsewhere in the world, where if you're working in the high Arctic and you need 2 or 3 million ounce threshold to maybe make an economic deposit, they can build, and we can build, millions of ounces in a company through separate deposits. So our Caribou project is located quite close to that new mill site. They just got up and running. And then, we've got, on top of that, we've got our existing resource at Goldenville. And then near Goldenville, we've got Lower Seal Harbor, which is adjacent to Anaconda Mining's new project in Nova Scotia. They're a small gold producer based out of Newfoundland, but have taken their first steps into Nova Scotia through their Goldboro project, which is located right next to a port. And their plan is to actually barge, or potentially, I should say, barge ore up to their mill there. So that was kind of one of the things we looked at, was looking at this as a whole, one whole project with these disparate deposits, because of the access and the infrastructure that's in place there. We can barge things together, we can truck things together, we can amalgamate different deposits together. And then what Atlantic has shown is that there's a very favorable permitting regime here in Nova Scotia, and this is a very stable jurisdiction in the world where you can actually permit an open pit gold mine, and that's a plus for us. Whereas we're not working in somewhere where I have to worry about the operational security of our mine or of our project site, or our employees or anything like that, which is really nice. So there's a lot going for it with that history of gold production, that access to infrastructure, and that just safe, stable government permitting regime.
Absolutely.